My hands are like
There you are.
shaking. I don't even know. Like, I'm like in shock. That was terrifying.
Oh.
There's still like after things going. So if I have to get off here, it's because of that.
Okay.
So my family's inside. We're just like waiting by the door now. So
Oh my gosh.
our power is out. Everybody's power is out, and like we can hear like ambulances and sirens. I don't know if you've seen that picture yet of the Minnesota highway, but that turnoff when you're going on Minnesota to go to the airport,
Yeah.
like the road is completely sunken in. It's crazy. It's incredible, but it's like I've never felt something like that in my entire life. And my mom was in the 1964 earthquake. She was 12 years old in that, and she's always told me her stories of that situation, and I always never thought that something like that, like similar to that, could happen. Like, it just seemed, like they were being kind of, I don't know, I just can't believe that what just happened. I was sitting there with my son, and he was eating his breakfast, and we were getting ready for school, and I was just chatting with my husband, and then all of a sudden you just feel this big jolt, and you're kind of like, okay, earthquake, and it's going to be over in 10 seconds, right? Because that's how it always happens. And it just kept going and going and going, and we literally I didn't even have shoes on. We just ran out our back door, and it felt like it lasted for at least a good minute, 90 seconds, and you could hear the stuff in our house just like falling over and crashing, and you didn't know when it was going to stop. It was absolutely terrifying, but we're okay. No one's hurt, and we're just kind of waiting. We felt probably, I'm going to say 4 or 5 jolts now since then, but nothing big enough to nothing like what it was, but it's still definitely rattling around here. So I don't know what's next or what's going to happen, but we've had earthquakes, and sometimes they're a little stronger than others, but they're always over in like 10 or 15 seconds, and so you haven't gotten to that point yet where you're like, I need to actually do something and remove myself from the area I'm in and get to a safe place. But today it was completely different from that. It was like, this isn't stopping, it's just getting stronger and stronger, and I have to go somewhere safe. I have to get out of here because we don't know what this is.
I'm here at my job at AK Supply. It's a big warehouse, and we supply very heavy steel products. So a bunch of us were actually in the warehouse doing inventory when it hit, and you could feel it coming. And usually, it's small, and we deal with earthquakes all the time. This one was different, and it was pretty scary because the power went out almost immediately. So we're in a dark warehouse. We can't see. We can hear things rumbling around that are really heavy and really high up. And we managed to get out the back door into an open area where the telephone poles were swaying probably at least 10 to 15 feet from side to side. And you could hear power lines and people yelling, get out of the building, because we're in an industrial area. So everyone's screaming, and it was terrifying. I got to be honest with you. I'm used to earthquakes, not that one. That one was different. And now we've got word that roads have collapsed, off-ramps, they have collapsed. We hope that no one's been injured. I know that there was debris everywhere. People were, it was pretty chaotic. Traffic was insane. People were trying to get their kids out of the schools. So, and the aftershocks continue. We still are feeling aftershocks about every 5 to 10 minutes. The power's out. Luckily, I'm one of the few that has cell service. I know a lot of people, their cell coverage has been knocked out, so luckily we're able to keep that. But yeah, we have no power. The only thing that is lit in this building right now are the exit signs. And that's it's kind of eerie because it creates a nice red hue throughout the hallways here at our company. But everywhere else, this is part of the warehouse. You can't even see inside of it. It's pitch black in here. So to be in an earthquake and have it be pitch black at the same time, not a real fun experience.
We have those hanging lights in our kitchen, and that are right over our breakfast bar where we were eating our breakfast. And when those started hitting each other, we're like, we got to go. This is really strong. Like it's literally moving and shaking our house, and stuff is starting to fall, and we got to go. We got to get out of here.
I think if you were to ask anyone that's lived here for, a period of time other than 1964 when the big one hit, they will tell you that that's probably the scariest earthquake they've been through in a long, long time, just because of the intensity and how everything just kept shaking, and then the rhythm of it all. It felt like things were going to cave in. It was terrifying.
There's always been like little earthquakes, but they always 10 or 15 seconds they end, and so I have never gotten to that point where I felt like I needed to evacuate where I was or get under something strong and stable, but today was a completely different experience for sure.